Well, welcome back.
Hi. Same to you.
Yeah,
Hello, everybody.
it's Opposite Saxes. We are glad to have you with us. Um, and each week, we usually decide in advance what we're going to do. And
Well, or 5 or 10 minutes before.
sometimes that too, but this time I said, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what it's about because I don't think that you are aware of the fact that we started this show together 4 years ago today. 4 years ago this week, we started Opposite Saxes. That's over 200 episodes.
Really? That's very interesting.
It isn't it? When you stop and think
And we're
that,
still married
well, we
after
were
all
married
that.
before Opposite
No, but I'm
Saxes,
saying with all of that,
but
interesting.
yeah, and I was just
Congratulations to us.
to both of us, and it's interesting because there have been
Hmm.
so many different topics that we've had. I keep a record of every one of them. And of course, the first show that we ever did together was we discussed what we wanted to accomplish with the show. You know, what our outlook was for
Right.
Opposite Sexes, what we were going to do, and all. But we went on, and I have a list of them. Like one of our first shows was called "Can't Sit Still," and we talked about all the things that we're
We're doing?
antsy that
Oh,
yeah
I
that
don't
we were
remember that
we were
one.
always doing. Well, it was 4 years
But
ago,
I know, but I should
and I
still
wouldn't have
remember.
remembered if I didn't have it written down. But we've talked about etiquette. In fact, I
Yes,
think
I
maybe
know
a
that.
couple of times we talked about etiquette or the lack thereof.
Yes.
Uh, we've done a lot of things about home life.
Yes. Oh, yes.
We've done shows about the kitchen. We've done shows about the bedroom. We've
We
done
have
shows. Yeah.
the bedroom.
Oh, maybe some of you remember, we even did a show in the nude.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. I'm sure some of the people watching said, "What? When is it? I gotta go back in the
Oh,
archives. I gotta
don't get excited. It
see
wasn't
that show."
entirely in the nude.
No, the,
Don't get
the premise
excited.
for that show was, could you live in a nudist colony?
Yeah.
And honestly, that show got a lot of comments. Uh, but we've talked about everything from hot tubs to exercise equipment. We've done several shows about travel,
Yeah, we have done
both
travel.
both day trips, cruising, which we enjoy. Uh, we've talked about the highways. We've talked
Hmm.
about driving and the lack of etiquette on the
Hmm.
highways.
I'm looking at your list. We
Yep,
talked about immigration
yep, yep.
and online dating. Yes, I remember that.
Online dating. We talked a bit about that.
Yeah.
We talked about tipping, and that was
Yes, I
that was a
remember
good
that.
show. We
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah.
not only who do you tip, but how much,
Hmm.
and when don't you tip. And it's interesting because today the rule of thumb is, you know, all of you have probably experienced too, that you go up to a counter to a fast food restaurant and you order, and then
Oh, I
you
hate
take your
that.
credit card,
Oh,
and when you put your credit card in, it asks you if you want to tip 10%,
oh
15%, 20,
my.
25, and you think, wait a
Wait.
minute, I'm not doing the work here. Uh,
Well, but there was one restaurant that as a matter of fact, we went to last week. And I guess it was the first time for us. So we needed explanations. And she was really wonderful.
yeah,
And I do a lot of substitutions because of my allergies.
right. Yeah,
And so that was kind of a no-brainer to tip her
yeah.
well.
But
But
I
the
mean,
rest of them,
but you place your order,
yeah.
and they may bring it to your table, but you're tipping them for what? You don't know what kind of service you're going to get. Normally, when you get your bill at the end of a meal
Yeah,
and
it's
the
gone through the
server
mill.
comes, you maybe base your tip on how well the service was.
Mhm.
Did they come back and refill my water glass
Yeah, but you don't
a
think
few
about
times?
any of that anymore.
You know, but they expect you to give them a tip, and I have a friend that says, I only tip if I'm sitting down. that if I am standing up
Yeah, that makes
to
sense.
place my order and get my food and all, there's no tip.
And I don't think that person gets the tip at the cashier. I think
House
they
probably
split
gets
it
it.
or the house gets it. Yeah, either one.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was
It,
an
it,
interesting show. I remember
yeah,
that.
we did a few of those. We've talked about plants.
Hmm.
We've talked a lot about music,
A lot about music.
favorite
And we had
musicians,
our
going to
music on there.
concerts,
Yeah.
what kind of music that we like, and artists. We've talked about movies, our favorite movies, movies that we won't, genres we don't want to go to the movie to see.
And we talked about living forever and
Life after death.
like I thought was there
That,
was life.
yep,
Yeah, we
that's
did the this or that a couple times.
yeah.
Which do you like, this or that?
For those of you
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite topics to do, is to just say, would you like to one of my favorites is, would you prefer to live 50 years in the past or 50 years into the future? And that's a fun topic
Yeah, it
to
is interesting.
kind of think about and relate. We've talked about our times in business.
Hmm.
When we were in business and working together, and how equitable is it for people who are married to not only live together but to work together every day? And can you survive? Well, we did for 40 years, and we're still together,
Still there to tell
50
tell the
years
tale.
beyond 50 years
Yeah.
beyond business. We've talked about routines.
Mhm.
We've talked about how to celebrate holidays,
Mhm. We did.
Thanksgiving,
I remember that.
Valentine's Day, birthdays. Uh, we've talked about giving gifts or gift cards. Um,
I don't
but
remember the perfect marriage.
that's because we've lived it.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
And
right.
it was easy to talk about. That was a very short show, I think,
Yeah,
because we said,
probably.
hey, just emulate us and you're good.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Deciding who's right.
Yeah, and
That
the
I remember that one.
and the scale definitely tipped more toward your side of the room.
I don't know about that. That I don't remember. Live concerts.
Mhm.
Coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs? Yeah.
Did you do a show and tell with your coffee mugs? Was that what it was?
Yes, yes, we did.
I thought so.
We talked, because Lord knows that's become a big gift item.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not only for, your favorite sports teams and your favorite artists or whatever, but custom.
Hmm.
Like, you
Right.
get mugs with your kids' names on it with
Yeah, and
what?
since then, I got a great mug from our daughter with an outline of our profiles, like looking out at something, like at the
Yeah.
water. And so you can tell it's her with the long hair and me with the short gray, and a beautiful saying about mother and daughter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we should do that one again because we've gotten new mugs. What else?
Oh, we got last minute gifts. That was a
Oh,
good
that was
show.
good. Yeah.
And also we did a show about, especially around like Christmas time, what are the hot toys that
Hmm.
every kid
Yeah,
wants?
right.
Because every year there's something that every kid wants, and every parent is out desperately
Trying to
trying
find.
to find it.
Right.
And every time you go online to try and order it, they say this item is temporarily not available. But you're still
What else?
still trying to get it.
Um,
We've done a lot on gardening and
oh
landscaping
yeah.
and home
Oh
improvements,
yeah.
both hiring people and DIY. So it's been a whirlwind
It has.
over 4 years. And what makes that difficult is when we sit down and try and find some new items
Hmm.
to discuss, you think, what haven't we
Yeah.
talked about?
But there always seems to be something.
There is.
Uh,
And one thing we have done over 4 years, we have really pretty much stayed away from politics. We have, for the most part, stayed away from the headlines, whatever is
right.
making the headlines, because
There's so
a
much
lot of
of
times
it.
it's so much negative. We have definitely spent a lot of time trying to find positive stories to share,
Right.
both of our family members, people we know,
Mhm.
people we have read about.
Maybe we should revisit that.
We can.
There might be some new stories out there that we could enlighten everyone with.
We talk about getting old,
Yes, yeah.
and all the ramifications
Yep.
from allergies to medications to how to avoid. You have always been much more physical than I was, and so how important exercise is, and what type of exercise. So we've
Guilty pleasures I see there.
guilty pleasures.
Mhm.
I think we've done. Funny, we did guilty pleasures a week after we did Happy Thanksgiving.
Being overly critical.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Mhm.
I see another one here. We did a show on shrinkflation.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
yeah,
all. We just recently did a show about
for sure.
intergenerational friendships,
Yeah.
and all. And that has always been a good subject for us to talk about
Mhm.
interacting with other people, sharing with other people, sharing ideas and sharing holidays, sharing discussions. So it's been a great ride, and we're just getting to the top of the roller coaster, and we're getting ready to fly down the backside. But we sure are happy that you decide to join us each week. And we also would be remiss if we didn't thank Christine
Christine
Dean,
Dean.
who is a sponsor of this show, and she is also
Absolutely.
the producer of our show. We could not have made it through 4 years
Nope.
without her, and we hope that she's along for the ride for forever and ever and ever too.
Thank you, Christine.
So
And
thank you
thank
very, very
you,
much. And
everybody, for tuning in.
absolutely. Go out and make it a good day and come back to see us next time as we start our fifth year
Yay.
of Opposite Saxes. Okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.